The Biden administration is facing pressure to help secure the release of a Princeton doctoral student being held hostage in the Middle East. There was a protest outside the White House on Monday as President Biden was meeting with the Iraqi prime minister. The group was trying to bring attention to the kidnapping of 37-year-old Elizabeth Surkov. She's a dual Israeli-Russian citizen who was studying in Baghdad last year when she was taken by a terrorist group who's backed by the Iranian government. Before his meeting with the prime minister on Monday, the State Department said President Biden would raise the issue with the Iraqi leader. And of course, we will be following this story. Over 1 decade ago, American freelance journalist James Foley was covering the civil war in Syria when he was kidnapped by ISIS. He was held captive for 2 years, then executed by the terrorist group on camera in 2014. 7 years later, his mother, Diane Foley, traveled to a Virginia courthouse to speak with one of her son's imprisoned captors and to find answers. She has a new book on those meetings entitled American Mother, and she joins us now. I want to thank you very much for coming on the show this morning. Let us know what you learned in some of those meetings. I know it's all in the book, and it's a journey for you even after your son's death that is incredibly compelling. Give us a sense of parts of that journey.
Well, good morning to you both. It's good to be with you again. Last time I saw you was shortly after Jim was killed. So I thank you for your time. No, it was necessary to talk to Alexandra Cody for me because Jim was always interested in the underdog and folks that might be disenfranchised. And I think Alexandra, as a young immigrant without a dad, was bullied, and Jim would have wanted to hear him out. So I felt it was necessary to go speak to him. And I think we have to listen and find ways to talk to those we don't agree with. So that was a lot of the reason. Plus, I wanted to tell him about Jim. I wanted him to know who Jim was as a person.
Diane, good morning. It's Willie Geist. This extraordinary book. So you spent 3 days at Virginia Courthouse talking with this man, which I'm sure took a lot to sit down and look him in the eye and find some humanity and some mercy even. Can you take us inside the conversations? What was it like on a human level?
Well, to be honest, I had to pray to just be really present and see him as the young man that he is, really the same age as one of our younger sons, who's obviously made some awful choices, and it's important that he be held accountable. But by the same token, he also has lost his freedom and probably the ability to ever see his family or country again. So the whole experience was sad, but healing in the sense that he heard me, and I feel that I heard him. And he did express quite a bit of remorse, to be honest.
Diane, Elise Jordan here. Your empathy and your courage has just been incredible and is so inspiring. And, the book I'm so excited to read, but how much in the book do you talk about what you did to change how American hostages are rescued by the American government? Because part of the frustration with your son's struggle was that the U.S. government really did not step up to the plate, and they even harmed your efforts and threatened you with prosecution if you and your husband pursued outside action. So you have changed. Now there's a hostage coordinator. So many rescues have been possible. So many hostages have been released. Can you talk about how you did that?
Well, that is Jim's legacy, and that does give me joy in many ways. When Jim was taken in 2012 through 2014, there was no U.S. hostage enterprise. There was no one to help me. So that was part of the reason I was sent in circles, and people didn't know, our government did not know what to do with me, actually. And I was ignorant of our policy of engagement with captors, because obviously if you don't engage at all, the captors will get rid of the hostages and kill them. And that's what happened with Jim, Kayla Mueller, Peter Kasich, and Steven Sotloff in 2014. So I was angry. I felt as a country we could do much better. And thanks to many good people, we now have a U.S. hostage enterprise with dedicated government officials who brought home more than 100 U.S. nationals, people who were targeted like Jim, free of any crime, had not committed any crime at all, but were targeted because they were Americans, and more than 100 have been brought home. But it's still a huge national security threat in all honesty. It's a challenge to us because Americans are targeted when we travel internationally. We truly are.
The book is titled American Mother, and it is available now. Diane Foley, thank you very much for writing this book and for coming on the show this morning. You can find more information by clicking on JamesFoleyFoundation.org. And once again, thank you so much. Still ahead.
Hey, everyone. MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.